Welcome back to Cash Flow. We are keeping it simple again with a question actually I just faced this week with a client. Should I lease my equipment or should I buy it? And this happened to be for somebody buying or leasing trucks, but this could go for really anybody who has to use equipment in their job or in their business. So for example, I'm looking around me at a lot of tech here. So people who have audiovisual firms, they got to buy or rent, lease camera equipment. And Francis here was just telling me about just yesterday, I guess, they had gone into a store to buy some camera equipment they needed to get, and there was a price, and they would have had to buy a warranty on it, and they would have had to add it to their insurance policy, and it was going to cost a certain amount of money. And then they went right down the street to somebody who leased this equipment or rented this equipment. They rented it, paid a lot less, and didn't have to pile on all that other expense. So that's just one really good example of what it can be, what the difference can be. Now, there was some stuff that went into his decision-making process, right? It's not just, oh, it's cheaper, so that's what I'm going to do. There are 3 questions you can ask yourself that we're going to get to really make this decision easy for yourself. So if you are in a business where you have to buy expensive equipment, and for you that might be over a couple $100, for other people, it's a $50,000 car, what are the 3 questions you can ask yourself to know which way to go with this? So 3 rules. It's really, really, really simple. If you're going to use it day in and day out, go ahead and buy it. If it's going to last a long time and you're going to use it day in and day out, go ahead and buy it. If it's temporary, and by temporary, I don't just mean you might only use it for a short period of time, but say it's something where the tech changes really fast, like camera equipment or a computer. If the tech changes really fast and you're going to have to turn it over just to keep up and keep buying and buying and buying, that might be a good time to lease. Okay, and then the third question is, of course, check the rates and the total cost. Is the lease and what you're going to end up paying for the use of that equipment going to be more or less than if you just bought it yourself? But I think that question, the money question, is actually the third one. You really want to ask first, is it day to day? Will I use it all the time? Think of it like whether you should get an Airbnb or buy a house, right? And that's really based on your use. If you're going to visit Iceland for a week, you're going to rent an Airbnb. If you're going to go live in Iceland for 5 years, you're going to buy a house. That's a really good analogy of what I mean when I say, is it short-term or is it long-term? And that's the question you really want to ask yourself. So what I'd suggest for a challenge this week is go look at the most expensive non-human things that you have in your business. And whether you've bought them or rented them, but assume you've bought them, and ask the question, do I have to rebuy this thing every couple years and it costs me a lot of money? If I do, is the tech changing so fast that I really ought to think about leasing it instead of buying it? One of the pieces where this makes a lot of sense is for businesses that have to buy a lot of computers for their employees, or for companies that have to buy a fleet of trucks for their employees for construction sites. That tech's going to turn over really, really fast. And so they know they're going to need to replace it every 2 or 3 years. So that might be a good place for a lease. Once you've made that decision, then you go say, okay, which one costs more and am I getting the right return on it? So that's your challenge. What are the 3 things that you're paying the most money for that are going to, you're going to use or replace over the next 3-year horizon or more? And have you asked those 3 questions about whether you should be leasing them or buying it? It's that simple. And I would ask that question once a year, over and over again. Don't let that question go dry, because this can save you money, especially in years where money is tight. And leasing makes the most sense for you, because often it'll free up some cash flow, which is another one of the big questions we always get from entrepreneurs. So that's it. Keeping it simple. Do I lease my expensive stuff or do I buy it? Always go back and think about it as an Airbnb. Do you want an Airbnb or do you want to buy the house? This is the kind of stuff we talk about in the Keep It Simple squad. You can bring any question you have, and we answer it as if you've got a CFO in your pocket. So if you're interested in finding out more about that and more about the questions we can answer for specific entrepreneurs, make sure you click on the Keep It Simple Squad link down below, and we'll see you on the inside. Meanwhile, have a great week.